Go
We go
live. Go
live.
live.
George.
Go
Go
live.
live, about
Go
to go
live.
live, about to go
It's not live, it's live.
Hey,
Go live.
hey.
About to go live.
Where my dancing partner?
about
Where
to go. We
George?
are live, y'all.
Live, finna go live,
Oh,
finna. You know, I
oh,
can't even stand that word, but I say it in the song. Live, finna go live.
Because it feels
oh.
good
Live,
when you
finna.
say it. You know,
You
some
know what
things
I'm
have to
saying?
stick. Some things stick, you know?
That finna.
Doesn't
What
matter
was that created?
what type of handle on the English language you have, some things are just gonna stick and that's
That's
just gonna
gonna
be into
stick.
that. You know
And
what I'm
I
saying?
don't
finna.
care how proper I try to
That's
speak
right.
at times. Finna gonna slip out.
Yeah.
Finna.
Yeah.
Finna.
And people
Sometimes
Okay.
understand because they say it too.
yeah.
Absolutely. Finna
People
go
understand what you
live.
mean. Anyone that tries to correct you is just trying to be a jerk.
So
Absolutely.
when I take a sip tonight, I'm gonna go down real slow and pick it
No,
up real fast.
this is
Just to
absolutely welcome back, everybody, to another. I'm ignoring Dr. Shonda Roberts right now. To another episode of Talk Miami. And this week, I am your host this evening, your girl Cindy Winters. I'm going to pop it up to the lady in the yellow top.
Oh, hi, that's me in the yellow. Hi, everybody. Look at Shonda's face. Like, I can't stand her. I love you,
I
Shonda.
love you more.
Hi, everybody. I am TK to the O, TKO, T to the, it's so many different versions. But I'm TKO, and hi, everybody. Good to see you. And to the lady, is that red or orange?
This
Or
is
like a burnt
Red.
orange? Yes, the lady in the red.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am the Dr. Shonda Roberts. Glad to be here again. I missed y'all. It seemed like last Monday to now seemed like more than 7 days, but I'm glad to be back. Let's talk Miami. I would pass it down to DB, but right now he's
Oh, I'm coming to you vocal tonight because obviously the Wi-Fi can't get the act together. So
Oh.
I am wearing a green hat. I do have on my regular shades, and I have a new boyfriend. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show y'all because. Anyways, pass it back to our beautiful host, Cindy.
Hey. Thanks, Diva B. Just jump right in with the quickness on timing. Beautiful. We don't let anything stop us. The show has to go
That's right.
on. We
That's
are here
right.
every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are local. We were born and raised in South Florida, and we are always here for our community to talk about the latest things going on in pop culture and in our community. I am your arts and culture host and procurer, I guess, of all things arts and culture. TK Owens, tell the people what exactly you do.
So many. Do we have enough time?
Go ahead.
But for right now, how about for this year?
On this
'Cause
show, let's start with on this show.
Oh, on the show, focus, TK, focus. I'm always going to bring you motivation. So, as a motivational speaker, always ending the show, or however the host wants to do. We could start the show off with a positive affirmation, or end it on a positive note, and that's what I'll bring to you every week. Dr. Shonda.
I bring the community corner, so I will be.
We got to think, right?
Right, because listen, from day to day, second to second, minute to minute, things change. But on Talk Miami, I will bring community news to you, community information, people who are out in the community trying to make the community better. So that's what I will be bringing to you every Monday night.
Woo-hoo.
And Diva B is always here to dish the dirt.
When he can.
When he can. When he can, Diva
I'm
B
just
is...
going to do a Cindy tonight. I'm just going to keep smiling, so when it freezes, I'm just in smile mode.
You got to learn the hacks out here,
Diva
okay?
B!
You just
Diva
keep
B!
smiling.
I'm
Look at the
trying.
smile. Look at the smile, like
And if
Cindy.
You gotta like sell it. You gotta sell it, even if you're frozen. The show
But
must go on.
and I'm gonna call his name like he in the next room too.
Okay, just shout him out.
Look at that face.
That open mouth smile. It's always a winner. If you are tuning in from our Facebook channel, say what's up to us. Tell us where you are watching from, what location, where you are. If you're on our Facebook channel, hi. If you're on our personal Facebooks, what's up? Thank you for coming back. Thank you for loving on us every Monday night. We have gotten some really amazing feedback from all of you who watch every week, and our numbers going up on our Spotify podcast.
Yes.
You can find us everywhere on Google Podcasts. We got to get all this, stuff out of the way so you know where to find us, how to find us. We are consistent. We're here every Monday, and we're here to
That's
talk
right.
Miami. So let's get kicked off into the first topic. I want to actually throw a wrench in there and go pop it up to TK with her motivational moment, because I want to start on a happy note. I do.
Aww. And speaking of happy notes, I was thinking about, I'm always thinking every Monday, what can I leave our listeners with to start off their week? And it hit me today just to talk about happiness. And sometimes we rely on others to make us happy, when happiness actually starts with you, meaning the individual. So I want to share this quote with everyone. Happiness is a choice, not a result. Nothing outside of you will make you happy. You must choose to be happy, feel grateful, and share that with the world. And I just want to break that down for everyone. Do not put that type of pressure or expectation on anyone else. When you learn to practice self-love and self-joy, things that people do to you, I'm not saying someone isn't going to hurt you or disappoint you, but you will find things and ways to make you happy. You won't give that much power to someone else to make you feel happy. So that's what I wanted to share with everyone today. A lot of people always say, TK, I don't think I've ever seen you in a bad mood or like just upset. Trust me, I do have my moments. Look at Shonda. Shut up, Dr. Shonda. I did not. This whole crew, don't y'all say a word. They get to see the backstory. I love
We
y'all.
get
though.
yelled
I'm
at
frozen.
after every live show. By the way.
I'm frozen.
Wait, Cindy
Okay,
say she's
stuck on
frozen.
my camera. Let me fix my camera. Something wrong.
I
You know
can't
what?
move.
This is why I love y'all.
We get whooped after every live show.
Every
So,
last one.
That
Every
is
last
not true,
one.
y'all. Do not listen.
We get
to
yelled at, screamed at. She even throws things at the monitor to make it look like she's throwing it at us.
Oh, whatever.
She claps
My
a
camera's
lot.
frozen. She broke my camera.
I do clap a
She
lot.
claps a lot. It's triggering.
I'm sorry, but they know it's done out of love. But truly, there's a book that changed my life, and I just wanted to share that with everyone. It is called The Power of Positive Thinking. It is an international bestseller. I'm trying to get up to his level. That's Norman Vincent Peale. As you can see, product placement. Plan the Life You Want is in the back on Amazon right now, ready for you to order and deliver. But I am trying to get to that international level as him. But truly, guys, that's a book that changed my life, because it's not, challenges are going to come, obstacles are going to come, but it's how we deal with them and how we look at them. And as hard as it is, you have to find the positive in every situation. You have to find the good in every situation. Or I'll share something with you, and this will be it from me. I have my bad days. I have my bad moments, but I only have it for that day or for that hour. I have to encourage myself to get out of the rut. The next day, I will not take that sadness or pittiness into the next day. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Be happy, because even your haters hate you because you're so happy. How y'all doing? And that's my word, Cindy.
Yay! Thank you, T.K. Owens, author, public speaker, entrepreneur,
Thank you.
motivational mother matriarch of our show.
Oh,
I just made
I
that
love
up.
you guys.
Yeah.
Love you, love you.
Speaking of happiness, I wanted to talk about a topic today that Shonda brought it up in our Talk Miami chat. We talk every day on Instagram, on WhatsApp, all day, every day. And one particular slide that she sent us was about relationships. and the happiness in relationships. And I found this video clip from financial planner, financial analyst and financial consultant. He has his own YouTube channel, Anthony O'Neill. Probably some of you have followed him on YouTube. He talks to our people about financial literacy, saving, and sort of taking care of your lives financially so you can have a long, stable financial life. And he talked about a situation he had on a date with a woman, and that during this date, she had a great time. After the date, he hit her up and said, "Hey, I really enjoyed your time. I look forward to our next date." And she hit him back. She said, "I had a great time. Next time, can we go to this particular restaurant?" And he thought that restaurant was out of his budget. So he sent her back a message that said, I understand. I would love to take you out on this date. I unfortunately don't have it in my monthly date budget. If we're still seeing each other next month, I can absolutely take you out on that date. I've actually seen this clip. And then Sherry Johnson, who played Maxine Johnson in Family Matters, Waldo's
Yeah.
Right.
She had this to say.
You ask somebody to go out on a date. The bill is yours. Okay, I don't care who you are, male, female, whatever. So if it was me who would have said, "Hey, Anthony, I want to go to such and such restaurant. Can we go? This is like our second date. We've already been out before. The bill is mine." Okay, so you
wait. As a woman, if you ask me to go on a date, this is our second date. You're telling me that your thought process is, since I asked, I'm gonna pay for it?
Yes. And you paid for our first date, right? So the least I could do is pick up the second tab. I want to see you again. Let this one be on me. But you told the young lady, not "I don't want to go out with you," not "I won't take you there because you don't deserve to go there. I can't take you now because I'm on a budget, but I can take you next month if that's okay. We can do something else. You didn't even say we can't go on a date till next month. You said we can do something else, but we just can't go there. I was mad at that heifer. I'm glad you didn't go out with that heifer no more, because that is not the one you need in your life.
Thoughts?
TK, pick up your face, girl.
Throughout that entire, so folks who are listening on our podcast, throughout the entire clip, TK's eyes were very open and her mouth was very dropped.
Wait, let me respond before she does. I think we're going to have different responses. I think so. I may be wrong.
Go ahead,
Shonda, you want to go first?
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me go first. Well, because I don't know. I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. If we're dating now, if we're dating and we just started dating and he takes me out the first time and I say, "Okay, let's go, Barton G's or something." Now, I know that's expensive. I can't call his pockets. There's two things that could be happening. One, I could be trying to call your pockets and see what you got, because maybe I'm a gold digger, but I'm not for real.
Pockets,
or
hello.
Two, I really just want to be nice. Now, that is an expensive date for a second date, but I'm just throwing something out there. But if I do, TK, but if I offer, I don't mind paying for dates. But then again, I would never offer, because I'm just saying, if that was to happen, I wouldn't mind. All
right, yeah, that's a really interesting perspective. So you think that if you ask, you agree with Sherry. If you ask,
at this age, I'm 45, and at this age, we are dating to get to something, and you want to put your best foot forward in the date, right? So you want to show that you're a team player. You want to show that, we will work together. It's a partnership. It's not just a give and take. So you can't go into a relationship selfishly. TK?
TK?
I mean, I agree with a partial part of you, because see, you said dating. Cindy, right. We are dating. This is not in a relationship or marriage.
No.
If
this is
dating,
preliminary.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is just me, and to each his own. But if we're dating, I'm not pulling out my wallet. I'm not pulling out my wallet at all. This is your opportunity to take me out. You're trying to put your best foot forward.
But
You're
where's
trying
your
to
foot?
show me. Excuse me?
Where's your foot?
He better be glad that I came out.
One foot out the door.
But you don't feel like you have anything to show or to offer?
Right, but we gotta first.
He
When we
should be
said,
happy he's dating you?
remember, guys, this is the second date. If I'm not mistaken, they said second date. So I'm not about to pull out my wallet or pull my best foot forward on a date. We're gonna see where this is going. And so if he's trying to impress me or show me a good time, I actually want to see what he has to offer. Is he what type? I'll be honest with you. I'm not even worried about a tab or going out. I'm more worried about chemistry at this point.
Right, but after the first date, you wouldn't know if you have chemistry.
No, not really. That first date, everybody puts up a great
representative.
Front.
Yeah,
when
representative.
When you have a conversation with someone, even before you get to the date, even before you get to the first date, they're gonna either say something, don't say something to make you have your little ears jump up. You know what I mean? Those red flags we talk about. And then when you get to that first date, if you're there long enough and the conversation is deep enough, maybe you'll say, okay, what do I want a second date with him or maybe not? Those are things you will pay attention to in the beginning. Sometimes as women, we hear stuff and we see stuff and we brush it off. Instead of taking the information the first time, you know what, let me cut this off now. Here's my cup of tea and move on. Right. But,
that first date, I am looking for great conversation and I can tell if there is synergy there, right? But by that second time, I will want to see how long did it take him to call me back or text me after that first date to even see if he wants to go on that second date. To be honest, by the second date, I'm not asking him again. I'm the prize. I need to know, does he want me? As women, we have to understand that we are the prize. And to be honest, men, and I would love to hear from Diva B or some other men, our men listeners, please chime in. They love to chase. I'm not about to offer to take him out on a second date.
But I got boys, and my boys are the prize too, honey. You better come correct with my boys. I'm sorry. They the prize. They the prize. My boys and my girl, they are the prize. You better come correct.
I have a son and a daughter, and I teach my son how to treat a woman,
not
and
chase.
He better
not chase.
No, not chase. But if she's worthy, go get her.
Right.
Go get her. I'll use that word. Is that a better word?
Yes, that sounds
she
better.
Loves this. She loves us debating against each other. Look at her.
Good. It's so good. Diva B, are you around?
Oh, believe me, I'm debating. Can
Come
y'all
through.
hear me? Please tell me y'all hear me, because if not, I'm gonna throw this phone across the damn room.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we got you.
Okay, I actually agree with Shonda, but I do agree a little bit with TK because women nowadays want to be screaming, "Miss, I'm independent. I don't need no man for nothing," but then you need him to pay for dinner on the second date. That doesn't seem too independent by me. Now, I do also get that if you're a man and you find a woman attractive and you're trying to, woo her over and make her feel special, then yes, you should pay for the date. Now, the way he did it, I totally agree with that. Listen, this month, I don't have no coins in my bank. Can we go next month? At least he was being open and honest instead of trying to go.
I appreciate
at least he didn't go to the restaurant and then order a salad so she could have the steak and lobster because they're on a budget. So to me, I agree with both points of view. It is a little different in the gay community. I've been on 4 dates recently and I paid for all 4 of my own dates, but I didn't pay for his portion because then you got me effed up, okay?
You've been busy, baby.
Hold on.
You've been busy, baby.
Wait times pause. You said you've paid for the dates, but you don't pay for his portion. So you go Dutch?
Always. And I'll tell you why.
So you pay for your part and they pay for theirs?
And I'll tell you why. Yes, but I'll tell you why. And this is a stigma also in the straight community too. In the gay community, if I pay for you, there is that obligation that I'm going to sleep with you afterwards.
Sure, that's in the straight community.
That's in the straight community
That's why I
too,
said it's in the straight community too. But that's why I always go Dutch. Because to me, I don't feel like, okay, because you bought me a steak, I got to bend back. No. But I mean, if you want to pay for me, just let a bitch know before I get there so I can order the lobster with the steak, okay?
So you can get what you want.
Exactly.
Right, that part.
If you're going to pay, hold on, can you hear this? The fan pop?
Yes.
We got you.
That's what it is. I'm just about the sound effects tonight, ladies. But I do agree with going Dutch, and especially on the second date. I mean, I think she should go Dutch too, if you want to really call it what it is, because like you just said, the obligation of, okay, he's paid for dinner, now I have to put out, is then there. And nobody really wants that. So I'm all for Dutch. Dutch ovens, Dutch pumpkins, Dutch pancakes, Dutch babies, whatever else is Dutch.
Dutch babies,
roll
Dutch
a
shoes.
Dutch, whatever.
I just think at our age, we too old to be playing games. You know what I mean? And I would think most of my friends are my age or older. And at this point in life, if you're dating, you're still dating, you should be TK, fix your face, man. You should be dating towards something. Are we dating just to say we're boyfriend and girlfriend? Are we trying to, build a life together? I'm not talking about you going to know on the first date. I'm just saying when you start dating. So you want to show that it's a partnership, that we're in this together.
On that second date?
I'm saying if we're dating, period. If we're dating, TK, we're past the second date now. But
dating with a purpose.
Right, that's what I mean.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to some of the comments, y'all. Sarah Santana said, "Double Dutch, honey."
Double Dutch, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Kiari says the way the dating scene is nowadays, both men and women are trying and testing each other to see what each person brings to the table in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Which is where we are right now. Historically, yes, women were looked at as a prize and men would court them because, economically men made more money and men were the breadwinners of the household. But now women have their own things. They make their own money, and they don't want to feel obligated and men shouldn't feel entitled to whatever comes next if they pay, right? If I was going on a date with someone and it was a first date, I make sure that I have enough money that I can get what I want. Like you said, the lobster with the butter sauce, that when the bill comes and he gets weird, which has happened many times, because listen, I'm cute and I expect that men will pay for my dinner because that's a thing. But if they've been scenarios where they pick up their debit card, they pick up their credit card and they drop it down and they go, so you wanna, I'm like,
really?
So
Cindy,
we're
really?
so it looks like we're gonna be friends just because you have a hard time dealing with conversation.
Right, yeah. Tell me straight up.
You know what I mean?
I got this. What we doing?
Yeah.
And Shonda, I can appreciate that too. Go ahead.
And I think
shed some light on that too, about my recent date. Since
Cool.
we had this discussion, and we had this discussion at the dinner table. Okay. So my date decided to take me to a very fancy restaurant, Fleming's.
That's my spot.
Okay. So we went to Fleming's. Now I had never been to Fleming's before. So, I've heard about it, but I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a little pricey, but I didn't expect pricey. And as I'm ordering off the menu, he says to me, mid-order, "You're paying for your meal, right?"
Oh.
Now, if my
Tacky.
camera didn't freeze, y'all would have seen my head turn. I looked at him like, excuse me? Okay. First of all, I never expect any man to ever pay for me because, honey, I am Miss Independent, okay? And I don't need no man to pay for my date.
Nope.
But I went in, I ordered food, and sure enough, guess what he ordered at Fleming's? Of all places you go to order, you order a steak. I mean, he ordered a hamburger, right?
Wait, you don't go to Fleming's, sweetie, to order a hamburger?
Oh no, he ordered a hamburger.
He didn't know where he was, clearly.
Oh.
Well, he does, because supposedly
He couldn't afford it. Yeah, he just couldn't afford
No,
it.
he could afford it
He
because he got a nice car. But the thing is, the hamburger is so exclusive at Fleming's. It's not even on the menu. You got to actually ask for a special burger for it. And yeah. But going back to what somebody in the comments was saying, and then I'll wrap it up. It's really showing each other what you got, because needless to say, his dinner was $50 and my dinner was $200. But, going to dinner with a diva, you
Light
go to dinner with a
flex.
diva, But the problem is now he sees what I'm capable of, which that kind of causes a rift too. So I hear what, the person in the comment was saying about you're each trying to establish what one brings to the table. Let's just say I brought a big steak to the table.
Well, Sarah Santana says that is there something wrong with asking if there's a limit? I don't think so. However, if you're going to we go back to the birthday conversation a couple of episodes ago, right?
Yes, remember
and we go and say, I'd like to take you to this place. If you are asking a person out to a particular location, a restaurant, that you have already looked at the menu, you already understand what the price point is per entree, then you are prepared to pay for whatever that is. If that's not the case, then guess what? You don't have to go there.
Thank you.
And listen, I love to ball on a budget. I will go on Groupon. I will go on Living Social. Yes. I will find the biggest deals, get a coupon, and go to dinner on that coupon and stay within my budget. It's about creativity, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, speaking of creativity, that's another thing. Who said we had to go to a restaurant? And when I was really feeling someone, and Shonda, like what you said, what do you bring to the table? I could throw down in the kitchen. I would love to invite him over, or I come over his house and I'll cook us a nice dinner.
Don't do Shonda like that, TK.
You
hear with her?
I called it. I ain't got nothing off in the kitchen.
Maybe that's how George got you. Maybe that's how
George was in there.
Maybe George was in there with the French toast and her crispy bacon, because I know what she like.
Right.
George got you. But mine is the opposite, right?
Actually, the first meal he made for me were orange pork chops.
Ooh.
Maybe he got, listen, my mama ain't on here, but he got my drawers there.
Wait a minute, wait. Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your children to bed.
Yes, this is Talk Miami. This is 8 p.m., honey.
Orange, honey.
This is the quiet storm.
Orange.
Well, I mean, we already, been grown before then. But our first day was at Tony Roma's. Now listen, me and George.
Oh, that's where Diva B used to manage there.
Yeah.
Well, we've been together for years. So Tony Roma's was 20 years ago. But we went on our first day to Tony Roma's, and I was so impressed because I'm making it quick. I'm gonna move on. I was sick, and I said, well, let me just go on this date. It was wintertime. I was cold, and I had a old raggedy Cadillac that the AC just stayed on. It was winter inside and outside my car.
Well, I'll share this with you guys. You wouldn't believe where Farrell and I, our first date, and we still laugh about this. And even though we both make great money, but we still go there and sit at the same table. Our first date was at Applebee's, right there by Cutler Ridge, right in Cutler Bay. And to this day, we don't prefer Applebee's, but every now and then we will go and sit at that same table because it was our first date.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta just do that.
Well,
I'm all about creativity. I'm all about finding an activity. Actually, if you want to go for a bike ride, you want to go to a museum, maybe we stop and get tacos and then we go to the museum. It's about creativity, ladies and gentlemen. And for the woman, I say shame on you, child. Because what she ended up doing was leaving him on red.
Thank you.
Which that's not ever cool. You could say that just shows the type of woman you are.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a partner, are you looking for a sugar daddy? Somebody's going to pay your way through life? Or what are you bringing to the table? I talked with my partner and I said, sweetheart, what do you see as an equitable relationship? Is finance is paying your half of the relationship what you consider equitable? He's like, no, not really. Do you provide emotional support? Do you take care of the other things in the house that need to get taken care of?
Right.
You know, it can't just all be about money.
Right. And of course, when you guys are starting to get into, like, that's for everyone. If you're in a serious relationship, you do need to have those conversations. I really do believe in having those conversations to say, hey, Farrell and I, before I moved in and before I got married, we had that conversation. What he decided he will pay, what I decided what I will pay. and it just worked. We were like, we shook on it, deal. You know, like at least you won't go in with these expectations like, oh, well, I thought you were going to pay all the bills. No, we had already established that and knew what we decided what was best for our household.
And everybody's household relationship is different.
Yes.
You know, what I was going to finish saying, I knew that Mr. Roberts was the one for me because I was sick on our first date. And I didn't say anything. He asked the waitress for a cup of hot water, a tea bag, and some lemon. I thought it was for him. He made my tea Georgie. He made my tea at the table. He said, here you go. I said, oh, that took, listen. Baby, if I could have that night, I would have, but I didn't. Because that really...
The next day.
Yeah, actually it was.
No, me too, Shonda.
If y'all don't...
That warmed my heart because I knew then he was caring. So people will show you who they are. I don't care how much they try to put that fake person first. Something of their real self will show up. We just got to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And I always want to red flag. You know, that's just my conversation. We got to pay attention to red flags in the beginning. And baby, when he pulled out that debit card, you could tell me. I said, "Oh, you better pull out this." It was what it was, Regions Bank back then. I don't know, but he pulled out that debit card, and I said, "Yes, honey, we pay with cards around here." So I was, I knew from then
cash.
It's okay. To me, I was happy for the debit card.
Yeah, same as cash. Works great.
Right. So I was happy, but I just knew from then, and we dated after that, and you know, you all know the rest is history. But you got to pay attention in the beginning. People will show you who they are in the beginning. The signs will pop up, and you have to stop when you see the signs, not make excuses for it.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you all for participating in that. We have some really amazing comments. Hilarious. You know, I'm not. Come on, Kiara says pasta.
She calls George pasta. And me
yes, we got family on the line. That's what's up.
That's right.
And y'all, we have Ryan Massman. Yes, I'm old school. As a man, if you invite a woman to dinner, you pay because that's the right thing to do.
Come on, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Ryan.
That's right.
I agree.
I think any way you slice it, that's if you invite, you gonna assume the pay. It doesn't matter what it is. Now that's the part that we get twisted. That's the part we have to unlearn. Okay, we have to unlearn that. We don't need to impress each other with how much we spend. We have to really start thinking about this. And speaking of, I want to move into our Shonda's Community Corner, if I may, with Dr. Shonda Roberts. She's fabulous, bringing you the Community Corner. Put down.
I think you need to really make me a theme song.
It's coming.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Again, I want to introduce this fellow survivor and also fellow advocate, Miss Christina Neptune. She is an author.
Yes, honey.
A makeup artist. She is a cosmetologist. She does hair. She cooks. She's a barber. She is a jack of all trades. She is using her gifts in order to help everyone else. But what I wanted to acknowledge was that she's also an author right now. She wrote her book, Rejected for Purpose, talking about the things she went through in her life. I'm going to let this video I found of her speak for itself.
God says now. I was a victim of stalking and cyber stalking in makeup school from my abuser. I finished makeup school in a domestic violence shelter. My ministry was birthed after a heartbreak. I was a victim of police brutality and started a new career. I faced 10 years in prison when I started my makeup business. I lost everything in 2018 and enrolled in cosmetology school. I completed barber school in a pandemic after a loss and recovering from COVID-19. Completed my first book last year in the pandemic after a heartbreak. Got employed by MAC Cosmetics while transitioning from a shelter. I was feeding the less fortunate when I was less fortunate. Philippians 4:12-13. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all things through him who gives me strength.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
She is
Absolutely.
absolutely awesome. She did my makeup for our photo shoot and also all of the members on my team for our Paint the Purpose photo shoot. She is gifted. Her hands are gifted and they're anointed. And I wanted to just acknowledge her tonight. And I wanted you all to go ahead and check out her link tree. It's up here on our screen at C Neptune Artistry. When I tell you the girl can cook, she can cook. She'll make you a wig, honey. She will fix your face up. She drew a picture of DMX on her face. Like
I saw that. Was that her?
That was her. Yes. She is absolutely awesome. And she's also she also feeds the homeless in the community. So if you can go to her page, donate to her feedings. Oh, I love you too, Christina. I love you. Don't make me, y'all know I cried during this segment. I
She'll
really
cry.
Easy.
She
So easy
will
to
cry.
cry.
Now get us some tissue, George. Gigi, get a tissue.
Gigi got work. Gigi works now.
Gigi at work.
Look, it's coming.
There she go. There she go.
So I am so grateful for her, and I am happy that she's doing all that she does. We donate when we can. So I want you all to go to her link tree, see if you can donate, help her out, because she feeds the homeless out of her own pocket. So Christina Neptune, we applaud you and we salute you, my queen.
Yes. Thank you, Shonda, for your community corner.
Thank you.
And before we go into our next topic, I would like to talk about what happened in 1969. Does anyone know? Anyone born in 1969 here in our?
Not yet, but my mom and daddy was thinking about getting together to
They was
create
thinking
me.
about something.
They was about to
They was
create
listening to
me.
Motown music, slow dancing.
Ooh. Get him on.
Instead of her. No, that's the wrong song.
Okay.
Baby love, my baby love. So the year is 1969 and the year of Woodstock. Everybody knew Woodstock. Everybody loved Woodstock. We had the biggest acts up in upstate New York, where a big, large grassy knoll and thousands of people come to attend and see the biggest stars in rock and roll music. But what we don't know is that another event was happening right in New York City and we call it the Summer of Soul. It was, unfortunately, the revolution cannot be televised. And I'm going to show you a little bit of clip right here.
1969 was a change of era in the black community.
The styles were changing.
Music was changing.
And revolution was coming together.
We are a new people. We are a beautiful people.
That concert took my life from black and white into color.
We wanted progress. We are black people and we should be proud of this.
We were coming together to say this was our world and how beautiful it was.
We're going to try to sing a song together. Don't wait for your neighbor, because your neighbor might be waiting for you. Wanna take you higher? Are you ready? Wanna take you higher?
We believed in what we felt in here. So when we went up, let's go. Let's go do it.
Wow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Questlove, one of the leading members of the Roots, this is his directorial debut, and this documentary is called The Summer of Soul, and it's currently on Hulu. So y'all have to check this out, because when I saw this, it was just like, what? You saw the biggest names in Black music. I'm the culture and arts head here at Talk Miami, so I'm always going to talk about what's going on in the music and entertainment scene. And that amazing concert was filmed in 1969, the same year as Woodstock, the same year that the man landed on the moon. And it was never televised because white media did not want it. They didn't want to broadcast it. They didn't want to show Black people in coordination, being organized, celebrating themselves in a joyful, as joy, because they had a larger plan. And what we know that larger plan to be is sort of the crack epidemic and how it divides and it disseminated a lot of families, and those generations, we lost a generation of people right after that. So Questlove saw this as an opportunity to allow these people to have their memories back, celebrate a moment in Black history that no one ever knew about. It sat in a basement for 50 years, y'all, until now.
Wow.
And you see people
Wow.
like Nina Simone, Mahalia Jackson,
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight and the Pips, young Stevie Wonder, as he's coming out of, being out of the young Motown, this little Stevie, into his own. He's playing the drums. He's funny. He's developing his own characters. And I felt like what would have happened to our community if that had been shown on a national scale. Now we celebrate the 50th anniversary. I think 2 years in 2019, we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Woodstock.
Mm.
And this event, the Summer of Soul, 6 weeks of the biggest names in Black music, was never, ever mentioned for 50 years.
Wow.
What could that have done for our community?
Right.
So, yeah, TK.
Now, my mother and my mother-in-law are watching right now. I wonder, did they even know about this? So mom, mother-in-law, Mama Ferda, and my mom, chime in. Did you know about this and what was happening in Harlem? But I just think about all the festivals that are out now. Down here, for 2 years, we haven't had, Shonda, why am I losing a blank? But right there in Miami Gardens. Every March, Jazz in the Gardens. Thank you. I lost it for a minute. But like Jazz in the Gardens, it brings us together as a culture. And of course, due to the pandemic last year, it was canceled. And because it's always, I saw that, Shonda. And because it's always in March, they didn't have it again this year. But we cannot wait till the floodgates open back up, because we become one. It's something about music. It's something about soul that brings us together, and just the fellowship and dance and bring back memories while we're watching a concert like that. So I can only imagine what it could have done for the culture if we would have known about this, and how would it have changed music and how we see it today.
Absolutely.
I just want to wear a little mini dress and a go-go boots.
Hey,
sensible.
I know my mama had something on
there back then, so I could put and my dress would have been purple, honey, and fitted in the waist with my white go-go boots, and I had on me a little hat too. See, that's why Jesus didn't let me be born back then, because I wouldn't have been no good, honey. With these thighs, my dress would have been up here, and my boots would have been to my knees.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. It was also the same time as the Afrocentric era, where people started wearing dashikis and wearing head wraps and wearing their hair naturally. And we just had there's an act that has been instated called the Crown Act that we are all petitioning for. If you can check it out, if you Google it, go to thecrownact.org and check it out. And it's our fight for the ability to wear our natural hair in professional settings. There are still, in 2021, there are still organizations that are penalizing women and men for wearing natural hair, whether it be afros or locks or, big curls. There's still a governor on the Black person's hair.
Wow.
Which is wild, because it's like, how can you tell me how to wear my hair? Even as a member of the entertainment industry, especially, us being on stage, how we prepare our hair, how we wear wigs, what we wear wigs for, and all of that. Diva B, did you have a thought? Oh, you're on mute.
No,
he's still having technical difficulties.
Okay, we're gonna come back to you then. And wait a minute, we're gonna go to the comments. Please forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong. Teresa Collier Potter says, yes, music is a universal language. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all, I can't say enough great things about this documentary, because it was, as an artist myself, but also as a lover of music and being influenced by these people and seeing what seeing him say yes to something not based on money, based on a movement. And and during that time, thinking about what the 60s represented, it was the civil rights movement. A lot of turmoil in our society was going on during that time. And it was one of the opportunities where the Black community needed some joy.
Right.
And now in 2021, we actually received a notice, maybe you guys have checked out in the news, that Richard Branson was the first billionaire to go up into space. Now I love Richard Branson, and he's got a great franchise with Virgin, and he's creating these spaceships that take us all up in the air. I know I'm not going up in the air anytime soon. I can't afford to. But during this documentary, at the time Stevie Wonder was performing, the first man landed on the moon.
Wow. Yeah.
And what ended up, they were interviewing folks in the concert, patrons at the concert, saying, what do you think about, the man landing on the moon? And he was like, forget the moon, man. There's starving Black folks in Harlem. Use that money, those millions of dollars to feed the people. Yeah. So I think that this documentary is a huge, a missing piece to our American story. And I think that, when you guys get a chance, put it in your queue. If you got Hulu, great. Check it out on Hulu. If you ain't got Hulu, call somebody, use a password, and get
Wait a minute. Don't come out to us because Cindy said that.
You guys
stealing people passwords.
What's the name of it again, Cindy? So people can.
It's called The Summer of Soul. Okay. I'm gonna pull it up. I forgot to pull it up here, on my banners, which I don't see it. Okay. Anyways, welcome back. I'll put it up a little bit later. We'll put it up a little bit later. Diva B, I wanted to check in with you to see if you had
I could try.
Yeah, let's try it.
We can hear you. Just don't move. Just don't move.
Just don't move. Okay, let me do your intro with Diva B dishing the dirt.
I'll just stay like this so that you can. I'm not really frozen, but I figured maybe I could just talk slow and the computer will just do what I needed to do. So, and my next gig, I'm gonna be a ventriloquist. So, it's the comedy part of the show. Actually, I wanted to touch base on what Cindy said about Richard Branson, because I find it just so crazy that with billions of dollars, you're trying to get to space. Like, haven't we destroyed Earth enough? And now we're going to space to destroy that too. But you should be here taking care of people that are hungry and starving. But that's a whole nother topic. What I was going to dish tonight was two things. Last week, unfortunately, we had a really sad story, because I do know that the Haitian president was assassinated. They're still investigating that. And come to find out, there were Americans involved in that, which that is just beyond crazy to me. They haven't really. There were two Haitian American men. They said that they didn't interact in the shooting of the president. His wife is actually in critical condition in Jackson Memorial in Miami off of 12th Avenue. But unfortunately, the president did die and has caused protests and riot in Haiti. So, Mr. Branson, you could have been spending your money helping the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, but that's a whole nother topic. And then the second topic I wanted to just dish on this evening was what's going on in Cuba. So the topic with Cuba, I didn't even know what was going on in Cuba, and I have a lot of Cuban friends. So I did my research this morning, and after 62 years of the Castro regime being in power, this weekend, the sole survivor of the Castro regime, Raul Castro, came out and said a speech that he was retiring from politics and that he was passing the torch on to the next person. Well, of course, like all things evil, they need to come to an end. And the Cuban people are fed up.
They don't want dictatorship anymore.
They don't want a dictatorship anymore. And at first I didn't understand what was going on this weekend because I was just seeing glimpses of things. But Cuba, as all of us have known, has struggled just like in Haiti. Unfortunately, Haiti's economics and infrastructure hasn't allowed them to grow. Well, the only thing that grows in Cuba is the tourism. These people do not have food. These people do not have medical equipment. The coronavirus, we think it's bad here in this country. It is literally killing thousands a day in Cuba. And the Cuban people are fed up and tired. I do agree with Free Cuba. It's about time that something so close to the United States, only 90 miles away, is so different from what we experience here every day. And then they wonder why people come over to this country and risk their lives on boats. And they would rather live their life than live in that country. And some of the stories that I've heard in Cuba, they're so heartfelt and so touching. And I really think everybody needs to go to Cuba because you will really get a big piece of humble pie when you return. Because if you think life here is bad, you don't even know half of what you're talking about. So free Cuba, pray for Haiti. Hopefully they'll get that back. And yeah, stop spending money on damn rockets and start helping people on this planet. And then people be for the frozen moment.
He said what he said.
When I tell you the gods were looking down on you, okay? You were coming in quite clear.
Did I not free during the whole segment?
You did well.
At least we heard you. We heard you. Babe.
Oh, was I frozen or I'm okay?
You're a little slow, but we were able to hear your message.
It's been my whole life, Cindy, so there ain't nothing new with that, boo.
Well, then you were right in alignment with God, okay? My cousin Beverly Facey says, I agree with you, Diva B. A waste of money. That's what rich folks do. You know, they like what they like, and there's something that is more enticing than what's on earth. They must know something we don't.
So sad,
so
especially when you're talking, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Cindy, especially to go back with your auntie, especially to talk about somebody who has $186 billion. Like, you are the richest man in this entire planet. And even if you gave away 86, and I don't know what his donations are or what his contribution is to the regular people of the world, but even if you gave 25% of your wealth back to humanity, you'd still be rich. You'd still be rich.
I mean, Jeff Bezos, same thing. He does give away a lot of money.
And that's generational wealth. He could give, as a matter of fact, they have to give away money. It's a tax write-off. And so it just depends on where they're giving their money to. So that's the question.
Girl, auntie been around, honey.
Oh, that's my cousin Beverly.
Oh, cousin. Sorry, cousin.
Hey, cousin.
Honey, Beverly ain't here to play with y'all.
No, she's here to participate in our conversation. I've been to Cuba when Cubans flee to stay, but when Haitians flee, they get sent back.
And don't even get me started with that whole
that's another topic because that bothers me too. It bothers me. In the same way, why does one people get to stay and the other get sent back?
Exactly.
But y'all trying to make my Instagram be deleted.
The same reason why there's a Woodstock and there was never any sort of summer music festival in Harlem.
The color of your skin. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Just say it, please. I'm gonna just say it.
So I try to bring the positivity and try to the upliftment and say, go watch that documentary.
Yes.
And we all can get a piece of our history back that we didn't know was missing.
That's right.
I'm going to go to some of the comments and check out what's happening. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. You know, Talk Miami cannot happen without y'all.
So fast.
I know.
I promise I kid you not. It seemed like we've been talking for like 20 minutes, but it's been almost a full hour already.
Yes. Oh, I have to go to Chef George's comment.
That's my baby.
George making French toast.
No, he actually baby, he made crabs and he made a seafood boil.
Ooh.
We ain't got no more.
I go work. I got a shellfish allergy.
Oh.
I'm just
kidding.
Okay,
we won't feed you that. Okay.
We ain't got no
more. Okay, I'm gonna go back to some of the comments that we had in the beginning that I wasn't able to get to. First of all, Lynette Brooks said, y'all expressions had me on the floor. Thank you. We do listen, I can't turn my camera off. I wish I could, but I can't.
I just turn mine off because I want to
listen, it's nice to be on the floor sometimes.
Diva B and Lynette Brooks said also, baby, my antennas go up from the start. This is pertaining to our first topic. Baby, my antennas go up from the start. By date 2, if I'm still interested, yes, I would pay. Ooh. If I want to go and if I want his company.
Tax.
Look at TK. Baby, her face ain't even
So
having
sour.
it.
She's sour. Not
No,
here
ma'am.
for it.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
But that's if you offer. I'm not saying it's automatic. If you offer, then you should pay. If you say, well, I want to go here.
No, I do agree with that. And I guess the difference that we have is that I'm not offering.
Okay.
But wait, I'm
clear.
still not offering
Clear.
either because that wouldn't be in my mind to offer unless, like you said, unless I really wanted to go to this place. And he said, now if he suggested, he said, well, where do you want to go next time? And then I suggest, then he's paying because he asked me.
That's
what he did.
If I say, hey, let's try this place such and such, do you want to go here? I'm going to make it clear from the jump, I got you. I'll pay this time.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? I would say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Can I interject?
It depends.
He's so nice.
I want to interject real quick if y'all can still hear me.
Yes.
If not, I'm just talking.
We can hear you.
Okay, good. If I was a straight man and a woman said, like Lynette said, hey, I want to be with you. You know, I enjoy your company. I want to go on a second date to dinner and I got you. Honey, on that third day, she getting a light blue box from Tiffany's because I'm gonna know that she gonna take care of her man.
Diva B,
in the long run.
it's unfortunately
That's
you
why I'm
are
straight, so don't worry
rich.
about it.
You're rich, clearly.
No, a light blue box doesn't mean that you're rich. That just means that if to me, a woman or a girl, right, would say, hey, because like my brother said, an old school guy, and I'm old school too. Listen, I think a man should walk me to the door, you know, but that doesn't mean you're coming in. But 99% of the time he does. But what I'm saying is if I was a straight man and a woman offered to pay, I really honestly would be like, wow, this is somebody set from the others because most women think men should pay. You know, so to me, I would find it as a turn on. I would be like, wow, you know.
DVB, I'm off Saturday. Would you like to go out to eat? I'll pay.
Are you coming to pick me up? Because I'm
She
2.5
just want
hours away.
She want a Tiffany box. She just want a
That's
Tiffany
what I'm saying.
box.
I was like, okay, you're fishing now, Shonda. You're fishing.
Okay. Let me clarify. Let me clarify something because I don't want y'all to think that I never pull out my wallet. There is a difference.
We don't think that, do we, Cindy? We don't think that.
Team, sit on your hands over here.
Okay,
Team, let me go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, let me explain myself, okay? Doing the dating scene and doing the dating phase. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. But however, like you said, Cindy, I will be the creative one. We don't have to always go out to an expensive restaurant. I will cook. I love just even sitting out by the ocean. There's other romantic, creative things that you could do during the dating scene. Now, fast forward, when you are in a serious relationship and married like I am now, baby, sometimes when we go out, I surprise Farrah and I'm like, baby, it's on me tonight.
Yeah, but that's together your money, so you really can with both
right, because that's different. We don't have money in your money.
Yeah. No, over here we do. I'm being honest with you. Over here we do. He makes his money, I make my money, and sometimes I'm like, he always pulls out his credit card. He won't even allow me to. But there are some times that I'm like, baby, it's on me tonight. Baby, let me make plans tonight. I love surprising him sometimes, but because that's years invested. Right. Once we've invested some time, I got you. But I'm not about to be, I got you on no second date. I'm sorry.
TK, let me ask you a question. So are you the type of woman that on the third date, you're like, babe, I planned a date. Let's go to the beach, and you light some candles, and you think it's cute with a little picnic basket with a little ham sandwich.
I don't know.
I'm not doing any of that.
I'm not doing any of that during the dating.
Not doing any of that during the dating.
During the dating, you're not
doing
doing
man's
anything.
job.
It's whatever he plans and what he wants to do.
Hold on,
or he asks.
Because Cindy, we never got your take on that. What did you just say?
I'm just reiterating. I'm clarifying to DV what TK is, what her perspective is.
So TK is very old school now.
So you said it's a man's job.
She believes it is a man's responsibility if he's interested and wants to court a woman that he's interested in, then he will find a way to pay for it. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a picnic on a beach with a picnic basket and a blanket, that's on him to figure out how that's going to be accomplished. TK will show up as her TK self with her hair done and looking presentable and together, because that's
walking in with prize on her forehead. Go ahead.
Right,
with the crown upon her head, because as the queen she is. That is. I agree with that, right? Because you are a prize. Now, for men, I will say men are prizes too, and men may need different ways to be shown that they are a prize, right?
Because I tell my boys, don't be no fool. You know when she's a gold digger. Understand when she's taking you for what you have.
What are some of the signs, Dr. Shonda?
Huh?
What are some of the signs you think?
Some of the signs are never being selfish, never wanting to pay. If you let's say he asked. Not saying my boys will, because I do teach them. They watch how their dad still dates me after 20 years. So I'm not saying that they should say, well, it's your turn to pay. No, I'm not saying that. But you got to pay attention to the signs. My son is dating a girl that I know right now that she is, to me, what I expect of a girlfriend for him, right? Because she looks out for him when he doesn't have. But he also, as a man, makes sure that she's okay. But also things such as, he's a college football player. So she calls me one time when he needed to take a test. She said he's not answering. She was panicking. He's not answering his phone. He got to take a final. He has to take a final by 12 o'clock. Mom, please wake him up. Things like that matter to me because I know she has his back. I know she is out. She's looking out for his best interest.
Well,
so make
always
sure
about money.
that someone is looking out for your best interest from the jump. And she always has been. She buys gifts at birthday time. If you don't get a gift, I mean a significant gift. I ain't talking about some chocolate. Someone who takes their time and go out and look for something for you, even when it's not your birthday.
I do that, Shonda.
No, I mean they were dating. They're still dating.
I did that even in dating. I'll buy gifts. I'm just not about to spend a lot of money. I'm not going to ask him and then pay for dinner. Like
well, also, you know,
I'm not knocking it because
Mr. Owens is he wouldn't want that. And Mr. Owens is not about that.
The next time I hang out with TK, we're going to Chipotle because it's only $8 for a whole food.
Because every time she want to eat, she eats somewhere expensive.
Let me tell you something, I'm coming to the rescue of my friend. We went to the marina with Black Point Marina Restaurant, and she treated me. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, but y'all wasn't on a date.
Right.
We were on a sister date.
But see, the difference between Cindy, that's invested time. We're talking about over 15 years. I will roll out the red carpet after you invested time, and I know that you're going to stay there. But me spending money on somebody that I don't even know I'm going to go on a third or fourth date with, that's just not happening in my book. But if you invested time and I know she's a true friend, like Cindy's my sister, I would roll out the red carpet for her. I would spend every dime in my pocket for Mr. Farrah Owens. I would take all of us out. I actually did. I took all of us out.
I can contest. I can actually say that.
I don't remember.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we unfortunately have to wrap it up.
Ah, dang. It was getting good.
It was getting good. It was getting a little hot.
Can I say one more thing? One more thing, Cindy? Because you asked Shonda about how do you know about a gold digger, and she didn't respond, and I know. So you can tell a girl is a gold digger if she takes your ass to the restaurant and she orders the steak and the lobster, and then she don't eat it.
Oh, now that's just rude.
No, that's trifling.
No, you know what that is? It's not. It's rude, but it's also her way of seeing, is this somebody who can pay for this expensive meal? And
if she didn't eat it, I would get a doggy bag and take it home for me to eat.
Oh,
and I would be eating steak and lobster my damn self.
If she didn't eat it, we'd just be sitting there.
People play games like that. We took all
I don't know. I don't know one person who does that.
I was in the restaurant business for 20 plus years, honey. The things that I have seen in restaurants. I actually have seen a girl one time that she ordered a bottle of champagne, drank the whole bottle of champagne, excused herself to go to the restroom, and never returned to the table and left that man with a $400 check. Trust me, I seen it. I have seen it. So I'm going to shut up now because it's time to go.
Cousin Bev, come through, Cousin Bev. Me and you, boo.
By the way, I just want to also say one more thing. I'm sorry, and then I will shut up. TK did offer to pay last weekend at Bahama Breeze, and I told her no.
I did.
So I guess I got invested time. Well,
I love you.
Got invested time.
Well, thank you. Everybody said their piece. Diva B, I'm putting you on mute, damn it. Because we got to go. I have dinner reservations that I'm going to be paying for because I asked my man out. That's what's happening.
Oh, that's right.
Go, boo.
Yes, Cindy.
Yes,
so,
boo. But he put in his time.
Oh, he puts in all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
He puts in a lot.
Listen, I am a lot, so he gets a lot.
I know that's right.
He deserves a lot.
He deserves a lot. Come on, let's hurry wrap this up.
Let's wrap this thing up so we can get back to our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful night. If you catch us here every Monday night, where next week we have
Diva B.
Diva B will be hosting next week on Talk Miami. He's gonna put up we're gonna put up all of his promotional things, share it, come back. You know he's gonna come with something crazy, classy, bougie, and ratchet, I should say. Classy, bougie, and ratchet. Please, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. Tell your friends that we are here every Monday night. And we are also on podcasts where you can find us on Spotify, Google Playlists, Google Podcasts, and Apple Music. Thank you all so much. Once again, I'm going to reintroduce myself. I'm Cindy Winters.
I am TK Owen.
I am Dr. Shonda Roberts.
And I am frozen. All right.
Oh, I said I'm Diva B, bitch.
On that note, y'all, have a great night. We love you. Stay well, stay woke, stay safe. Peace.
Add it up. Okay, all right.
I had a quick question. Wait. Will sign
No.